The jungle was cloaked in darkness. Moonlight struggled to pierce the dense canopy, leaving the forest floor in deep shadow. Here, among the silent, ancient trees, the great lion remained in. The hunter's ropes dug cruelly into his golden hide, tightening with every desperate struggle. His powerful muscles, once the symbol of his reign, now strained in vain against the unyielding net. The king of the jungle, a creature once feared and revered, was utterly helpless. His eyes, glowing amber in the gloom, no longer held the fire of pride, but the dangerous glint of desperation. Suddenly, the hush of the night was broken. A soft rustling of leaves grew closer, accompanied by the faint patter of tiny paws on the dry earth. From the undergrowth emerged a small, familiar figure. The mouse. The very same mouse the lion had once shown mercy to. Its little body trembled before the magnificent, trapped beast. But instead of fleeing, it took a brave step forward. Its whiskers twitched, and its beady eyes shone with a surprising determination. The lion let out a low growl, not of anger, but of recognition. His mighty gaze fixed on the tiny creature, a silent plea passing between them. You are my only hope. Without a moment's hesitation, the mouse scurried to the thick ropes. Its sharp little teeth sank into the coarse fibers, gnawing with every ounce of its minuscule strength. The jungle night was filled with two contrasting sounds: the deep, labored breaths of the trapped lion, and the relentless, high-pitched scraping of the mouse's work. It was a symphony of desperation and hope. Seconds stretched into long, agonizing minutes. The ropes began to fray, strand by strand, but the task was immense, and time was a luxury they did not have. Then a new sound split the air, chilling them both to the bone. Footsteps. Heavy, deliberate footsteps. The hunters were returning. The flickering glow of their torches danced between the tree trunks, like malevolent, fiery eyes, drawing ever closer. Their voices, laced with laughter and casual conversation, drifted through the trees, oblivious to the drama unfolding just ahead. They were coming to claim their prize, confident that the great lion was still theirs. The mouse froze for a single, heart-stopping second, its tiny body shaking with primal fear. But one look at the lion's eyes, now blazing with an urgent fire, was all it needed. There was no time for hesitation. The mouse redoubled its efforts, biting harder, faster, its jaw working furiously. One fiber snapped, ... Then another ... And with a final, desperate tear, one of the lion's powerful forelegs was free. The lion let out a roar, a thunderous, earth-shaking sound that ripped through the jungle, sending birds scattering into the night sky. It was a roar of defiance, of hope, of a king reclaiming his power. But that roar also served as a signal. The hunters' laughter died instantly. Their pace quickened, their casual stroll turning into a determined march. They were now just moments away from the clearing. The mouse worked frantically, a tiny, furry engine of liberation. Every bite was an effort, every movement a race against the approaching doom. The ropes creaked and groaned under the strain, splitting further, but time was slipping away like sand through their grasp. The lion, now half-bound, tried to rise, but the remaining ropes held him fast, dragging him back to the dirt. He growled in frustration, his free claws tearing at the ground, leaving deep furrows in the earth. The hunters' torches were now casting long, dancing shadows across the clearing. They were so close. Any second, their faces would appear through the foliage. The mouse's tiny jaw ached, a dull throb of exhaustion pulsing through its head. But it did not stop. It could not stop, not for a single moment. Throughout it all, the lion's gaze never left the mouse. For the first time in his life, the undisputed king of the jungle had placed his entire fate, his very life, into the paws of the smallest creature he had ever known. And just as the hunters' voices grew loud enough to distinguish their words snap, another thick rope gave way. The lion was so close to freedom, he could taste it. But he wasn't free yet. Would the little mouse succeed in its impossible task before the hunters stepped into the clearing? Or would the mighty lion, at the very precipice of escape, be lost forever? The answer to that question lies ahead in part 4. If you're on the edge of your seat like we are, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you miss the thrilling conclusion to this legendary story. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.